Hi, Islamic Dad here. If you enjoy this channel, please subscribe. It does help me out. Today I'm going to do a video on a bit of, I guess you would call it projection, that the narcissist does through the devalue phase and, even maybe to the discard phase. And so during the love bombing phase, there is this, overwhelming projection of basically the ideal person, the ideal parent that the narcissist wants onto you. And they just continue to, project. And in doing so, showing this as love, affection, respect, adoration. And then, so let's be honest, you're receiving all this and you're like, this is great. This is the best thing ever. And so it becomes like a feedback loop, and you kind of like feed back into it, and you're like, no, you're great. No, you're great. And, this is just the classic love bomb phase. So this continues until a point which I've called the tipping point or the turning point. I've also heard the term the fracture, where what happens is that you could be like 1,000 miles away, and you're like, you know what, this is real. The relationship is real. It feels like I'm in a dream, but this is actually happening. My partner, I never thought I'd meet anyone like this in a million years, but they're there. They're a real person. And for the longest time, I couldn't believe this was even happening to me, but it hasn't gone away. This is real. I accept this. And I'm ready to be in this relationship with this person. And, as I've done videos before, it's like narcissists have this like little psychic ability that they sometimes tune into. And so you can be 1,000 miles away. As soon as you get to that point where you're like, I accept them, I accept the relationship, they flip that switch, and the love bombing phase is officially over. Now, on the narcissist side, one way to view this is that deep down inside of them, at this subconscious level, that they have been idealizing you, and projecting their ideal person, their ideal parent traits onto you. And that once you get to the point where you finally accept them, you're like, I accept them for who they are. At that point, at a subconscious level in the narcissist, the thought process becomes, I'm broken, and this person that I thought was perfect loves me and accepts me for who I am, but I'm broken. Therefore, they are not ideal. They are not my ideal. They are not perfect, because an ideal, perfect person would never accept fully and love fully a broken person. And so the fact that they, say they love me and they do all these things for me shows that they obviously are not the perfect parent that I thought they were. They're not the perfect partner I thought they were. They are not my ideal, and I've been tricked. I mean, honestly, in the narcissist's mind, they kind of think like, oh, okay, I've been tricked. And at that point starts the long devalue phase. And so the only thing that I want to add there is just that, say, whereas, right before that point, you could say the narcissist was getting 100% of their supply from you. Once the love bombing phase ends and then you hit that tipping point or that fracture, it, it might be a good analogy to say it goes from 100% to 99%. And then the next week, the next month, it goes to 98%. And as this happens, the narcissist is slowly losing more and more respect for you, more and more trust in you, simply because you're still there. They're like, okay, I'm not, I'm broken, I'm not perfect, and yet you're sticking around. I do not trust you then. I do not respect you then. And this continues. And so let's say, that happens and the narcissist gets down to, like, say 90% of their supply is coming from you. That 10%, they're still going to need it. And so they are going to go out and start, texting the old boyfriends, the old girlfriends, calling, or, leaning on their confidants, flirting with others. And it won't be necessarily excessive because it's right after the love bombing phase. But I'm just saying, like, that's kind of what's going on behind the scenes, is that just continues all the way down to the emotional discard and the end of the relationship. And so this also explains why at the end of the relationship, let's say after the emotional discard, say you found proof of the narcissist cheating, not just suspect, but proof. You have proof that the narcissist, was cheating, and you confront the narcissist. And of course, a narcissist being a narcissist, they turn the discussion around to, how dare you invade my privacy, and just totally ignore the whole issue that they've been, like, sleeping with people for, like, however long. And so on this this manufactured crisis of, you invaded my privacy, they quote end the relationship, or something to that effect, and at that point you say, okay, look, I know that this happened, and I just I want to be the right, I want to be the good guy, I want to be the good girl, I want to be there for them because I love them, and I know that they've got a lot of issues that they're dealing with in the past, and so I'm just going to love them more. I'm going to give them more love and just say, look, whatever you need, just let me know. I'm here for you. I love you, and I just want you to know that. And you remind them. So at this, and remember, like, at this point at the discard, that supply, like that 100%, that's down to 0 at that point. So the narcissist loathes you. They are disgusted by you. They resent your existence, and they view you as an embarrassing bad mistake. And the fact that you even talk to them, in their mind, just shows them how horrible you are. Because, you're like, look, I just want to let you know that I love you, and, whatever you need, just let me know. And the narcissist is like, okay, I just cheated on you, and this is how you respond? I didn't have any respect for you before, but my respect somehow is below 0 now. It's like active disgust. And the more you try to be accommodating, the more you try to be understanding, the more love you try to show the narcissist after the discard, the more the narcissist will hate you. All it does is enrage them and build up their resentment and their disgust. Because going all the way back to what happened at the end of the love bombing phase, in their mind, they're thinking, I am broken. and I cannot be repaired. I am damaged. And the fact that you still love me after knowing how deeply damaged I am just shows me how damaged you are and how disgusting and worthless you are, that you would want anything to do with someone as damaged and broken as me. And so again, what they're reacting to at that point is not necessarily you as a person or ex-partner or whatever. They're dealing with their own shame and guilt and disgust at who they are. And every time you exist, talk to them, send them an email, say I love you, buy them a gift, try to be accommodating. All that does is just remind them how broken and damaged and worthless and shameful and guilty they are. And of course, that's the very last thing in the world that they want. And so they never want you to do anything and that's the thing, the more you extend a hand out to help them or anything like that, again, it will be met with venom, because all you're doing is just reminding them how truly broken and damaged they are inside. So, hopefully this has been helpful to kind of explain what's going on at a deep psychological level with narcissist at some of these key points in the relationship, and why they may act in very bizarre, illogical, self-defeating ways. And it's because in their heads, their subconscious is playing these tapes, and basically they're just following along, by compulsion, basically. So anyways, hopefully this video's been helpful. Thanks.